What's going on, everybody? I see vendors making the same mistakes year after year. And sometimes these mistakes not only can really hurt your sales, right? But they can put you out of business. Let's discuss. This is Mike, the Caesar of concessions. All right, all right. Well, first up, one of my biggest pet peeves and mistakes that I see from vendors personally, they don't buy wrapped straws. Are you kidding me? You're going to have a bunch of open straws out where dust and pollen and people may rifle through them with their hands. They're coughing. Come on, guys. Buy the wrapped straws. I know they may cost you a couple cents more, but I think they're going to give you more profits because when people walk by, particularly if they're conscious of open straws and they see that, they're not going to want to buy from you. That's a bad look. So please, spend the extra couple cents, 5 cents, whatever, and get wrapped straws. I think your sales from buying the wrapped straws versus unwrapped, you'll probably see an uptick in sales because it shows you're conscious of that particular thing with the unwrapped straws. Okay, I have some notes here I may refer to from time to time. Next, I see so many vendors taking excessive risk. And let me kind of break this down and explain this to you. Like, if you sign up for an event and there's a ton of like vendors, okay? Let's just say you sell lemonade and you sign up for an event and there's multiple upon multiple lemonade vendors, plus every food truck and trailer is also going to serve beverages. You're taking a risk that you can outsell the competition. Maybe you can, but what does that even mean when there's so many other vendors fighting for the same nickel, right? In my mind, I think that is excessive risk. I think it's very important to do your due diligence and find out exactly how many like vendors of the product you serve are going to be there. And I see people on all kinds of social media platforms talk about, I'm going to this event and there's all these lemonade vendors. The cost was expensive. I had to travel a little bit. And then they come back and they talk about the event, how bad it is. No offense, but what did you think was going to happen, my friends? I mean, you're taking an excessive risk. Sometimes it's better just to go in front of a gas station and, whatever, something like that, and make a smaller amount of money versus spending a ton of money, right? Going out, and then at the end of the day, the net revenue doesn't even equal to what you would have made just setting up at a really small event, where you are the only vendor. Something to think about when you're going out to these bigger events to make sure you're not taking excessive risk. And, you take a flyer on a couple of these a year, okay, but you start taking too many flyers on too many events with too much excessive risk, you're going to find yourself out of business. I got a membership group. We talk about stuff like this all the time. It's only $2 a month. We do workshops twice a month. We'll have a workshop coming up next week. Love to have you be part of the group. We're over 85 members. We got people coming in, collaborating, all talking. It's great. I do exclusive videos for the membership team. Plus, you get mentorship from me through the Discord server. $2 a month. I'll leave a link in the description. Okay, next. So many vendors, honestly, don't think about taxes. That's right. And some people may be like, Mike, that's crazy. Well, it's true. They don't think about the taxes. Every time you sell something, there is a tax associated with it. Now, how you want to structure your business, if you want to charge that to the customer or whatever, that's up to you. However, you got to be thinking about these things and how important it is to set aside money from taxes from each job. Okay, next. Maybe your product just isn't very good. right? And I've seen that so many times that vendors think their product is wonderful. They don't have a lot of sales. They don't taking responsibility for their own product, right? So, and if customers are telling you that, it's okay, and your sales are showing this, guys, put the ego aside and maybe rework the product to make it better. We can serve bad products. I've served plenty of bad products in my 15 years, but luckily I don't take criticism like that to heart. I think it makes my business better. So if I'm hearing this from my customers and my numbers aren't what they should be, then I know something is wrong, and it probably has to do with the product. It's okay to pivot, find a new product, or reinvent the product if it's not working out well for you. Maybe your products are fine, right? Maybe the products are great. Maybe they're delicious and you're getting good customer feedback, but yet your sales are still low. Maybe it's your tent setup. Maybe it's you, right? Maybe it's the way you act. Maybe it's your appearance, whatever. But it's something else is going on. Maybe it's the location. We have to put our pride and ego aside and figure out why the numbers aren't what we want them to be. And that could be a reason your sales aren't as good as they should be, because it's another factor besides the product. Here's another thing. Okay? Maybe the expectations you have for a certain event or certain, concert or whatever you're doing, the expectations are not meeting reality. And I see this a ton with vendors, right? They think they're going to go there and make this huge amount of money. They're not keeping the bread and butter ratio in mind, right? So, for instance, with like lemonade, we're going to use that as an example again. If I got to do an event and I'm the only lemonade vendor there, I'm expecting to only sell to 10% of the attendance. Now, this ratio, is variable and can change depending upon how many other like vendors are there. And sometimes it gets blown out the water. Sometimes I'll sell to 20, 30, 40%. Sometimes I'll sell to 5%, right? But you have to have a baseline and work from there. And no, this ratio isn't, every time it's going to be 10%. That's just not the way business works. But it's so important to have a foundation and to have a ratio set so you know what to buy, and you can adjust your ratio as you go through your business. I hope you enjoyed some of these tips and tricks. This video is sponsored by kettlecornmachine.com. I really appreciate them. Check them out for all the best lemonade and kettle corn equipment in the market. This is Mike, Caesar Concessions, out.